We got the biggest arena ever. Dalaran used to be my very favorite arena in these 5v5s, but it's so huge. Like, Pharaohs abuse these pillars so much in 1v1s. There's a couple other classes that can abuse this. Like being able to go from here to here. Any class that can do that, massive advantage. But we got ourselves All-Twist. All-Twist. I'm trying not to say the bad word here. Oh, I like a tabber, by the way. All-Twist, and we got Clemenscute, and we got ADDONS. Oh, they getting hit with a slow by Kachikan, with Kachikan in the Batman, with Kachikan beside Lucifer, and we got an Dalaran on Team Cat, Chi, Riker, Rimuru, and Athaman. Athaman already taking quite a bit of damage as ADDONS already going for that metamorphosis. We got Athaman popping out his own eye for an eye with all these melees in the opposite team. Even Dalaran went for that Feral. He can see that from a mile away. Trying to get himself a couple of casts before getting caught out by the Demon Hunter. ADDONS kind of backpedaling a little bit. He's just trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do with Atha. Landing the stun around the corner. Athaman is going to be able to adaptation out of it. You would think adaptation would break out of stuns immediately. It takes a second, dude. It actually takes a second. It's almost like a real, it functions almost like a real trinket, but I feel like it should be almost instant, you know what I mean? It should be faster than it has been right now. ADDONS trying to see if he can bail away from the Chill Avengers, trying to see if he can get it to pop. And he does get it to pop, but his health is super low. Trying to see if he can flap in there and pell down Atha, but Atha still doesn't have too much of dampening. He can heal through this fairly well. He's not gaining health, but he's not losing health too heavily. Now it's going to be wings up and running against ADDONS with a temper, trying to see if he can end him. Does end him. I think he ends him with an auto attack too at the end. Going to be a massive lead by Lucifer, not wasting any of our time. Minute in 30, and that's going to be Atha popping in another eye for an eye. Actually, we haven't seen eye for an eye in quite a while. So for him to be popping that against all these melees makes complete sense. But it's also, I feel like it's one cooldown that nobody ever expects out of Paladins. That's going to be blood of the enemy, but Atha, get in with a disarm though. Bubble in just to get some big damage. Huge damage onto Lucifer. You actually almost got two-shotted. You had to bubble just to get the big damage in, and down he goes. Oh my god, the judgment build is incredible. So much damage. He got disarmed, but he actually couldn't hit judgment. So he had to bubble. Oh my god, and now he gotta go against All-Twist. Alwi. You got this, Alwi. I believe in you, my man. Alwi from Stormscale. Taking already quite a beating from Atha in the opener. That's gonna be bubble down, boys. He's not gonna have a cooldown until actually 2 minutes. He basically is just gonna have to wait until 2-minute mark with the full wings, because he might as well line up full wings, big setup, with a blood of the enemy, massive judgment damage. That's exactly what we are to expect from Atha. Looks like Clemenscute is already setting up a port over there. Athaman is still trying to tussle with Alwi. Just trying to keep him slowed, if anything. That mobility of the Demon Hunter to be able to always zoom over to your enemy is always going to keep him a little bit ahead. Athaman again rotating that eye for an eye. Doesn't eye for an eye still have a 30% reduction in physical damage for like a 10-second cooldown? Isn't it 10-second defensive? It is like 10 seconds, isn't it? It has to be. Oh, it's still big damage onto Armory though. Oh my god, what is this? What'd you clap him with? You clapped him up with something. That's gonna be a spear hand strike by Clem, interrupting Athaman. He might just have to go for a bop here early. That's gonna be Shield of Vengeance a little bit early. Might have to go for a big setup versus Clem. Has to hold that bop. Has to find. Oh, just gotta go for a bop early, man. Just gotta go for a bop and reset a little bit early. Versus Clem. Might as well. Clem tricking at something early too. So Atha might just be able to get himself a big setup. He might just be able to get a guaranteed stun, full judgment burst build, touch of death coming down. Is Atha just gonna have to? Is Atha gonna be able to do anything against touch of death? That's gonna put him down super low. No bubble available. That's gonna be lots of damage, dropping him super low. Wings are coming out. Blood of the enemy. No, and of freedom. He actually can't do anything against that karma. He has to heal himself when possible. No. Oh, the blood of the enemy. Big burst is completely disrupted. Clemenscute just ended up locking him out completely. What unlucky burst. I told you boys, it's like really easy to deal with it, you know what I mean? That burst is just really easy to overcome if you know what you're looking for. That's tough. And yeah, we got Monk versus Monk. That's right, Niang. We got ourselves a monk versus monk duel in cap to Clem. It's gonna get leg swept. And that's gonna be Chi getting himself some small images up and running. They're small, but they still hit pretty hard. In cap onto Chi as they go for a whirling dragon punch. Clem is catching up on a few heals with Vivify. Gonna be a trick out of Chi immediately. It's gonna be a port out of Clem, and it's actually gonna be a port on the other side of the battlefield for Chi. Ring of Peace coming in for Clem, and she has to go all the way around. Gonna maybe went for a Ring of Peace on their own to boop Clem, and Clem is gonna take the opportunity as Chi is trying to go all the way around the pillar to just dragon kick to the next pillar. Chi catching up for a second. Fist of Fury doesn't really lock him out too bad. Chi is gonna get a root out to Clem as they try to roll away with a touch of death coming down. It's gonna pretty wild and touch of death. Fist of Fury locking him out, spinning cranking to do whatever damage he can, popping every defensive in the world with dampen harm. Big touch of death, dropping him fairly low. Still has a pretty amount of longevity into his cooldowns over as they try to dragon kick out of there or roll out of there. Gonna hit with an incap. Fist of Fury trying to take Chi away, trying to separate each other. No karma available for 5 seconds. Clem is still trying to survive as best possible. Gonna wait till the karma with that incap. Has the karma if they ever fall in a bad situation. Trying to see if he can get a root onto Chi. Karma coming out. Chi could go for a karma of their own if they wanted to. Gonna be a leg sweep onto Clem. They trinket it. And Chi's just gonna wait this out a little bit. Chi doesn't have a trinket anymore though. So Chi needs to karma this early. The earlier the better. Leg sweep coming in. Is Clem gonna be able to have enough damage? Doesn't look like they are. Fist of Furies are flying. Is gonna port as soon as they see that karma. And Chi is gonna try to see if he can bail on top of Clem. Doesn't look like Chi is running Ring of Peace, however. So they can't stop the heals from Clem as they're able to zone him out. That Ring of Peace is way too strong, but that's going to be Chi and Clem down on cooldowns. Chi has a cool trinket coming up in 30 seconds. That's going to be in cap as it's trying to roll out of the Chi. He's going to be able to land the opener. No, Fist of Fury actually locking him out on that with those parries. Dragon kicking back to Clem. Clem is going to roll out of it before the Fist of Furies connect. While available for Clem very soon. Clem is actually going to be short on cooldowns. No, wall is coming out for Clem very, very soon too. As they do get offensive rolling with images. Chi is just trying to get himself a little bit of a slow root coming in onto Clem. Maybe get himself a few heals. Doesn't have a lot of health to work with here. Might have to go for a defensive here. Maybe leg sweep wall coming out. But still Fist of Furies flying and down to go. Fired off by Fist of Furies. So many Furies. So many fists. Just obliterating them. Had cooldowns coming up very soon. Walled it. But getting locked down on that parry, you actually can't do anything unless you can incap them. Oh my god. Atho, how much damage you do to the guy? Your judgment hit him for 182k. Atho, I'm gonna save that dude. Boys, I gotta show you. Atho. I'll show on screen for the YouTube side. 182k holy crit with judgment. And then Tupper's verdict to follow up with 91. You chucked out more than 200k of their health in 2 globals. That should be illegal. Paladin should be illegal. It is illegal to play Paladin from now on. Riker is up next. Gonna caught on Lexi, but that's gonna be Fist of Fury. He does have his pet next to him. Does he go for a pet sack? I would think he would. Healed by the pet coming out early. Does land a stun onto Clem, but Clem probably has a port out of here. Trying to see if he can roll back to Riker. Karma coming in a little early. Trying just to reverse any damage Riker has into this Karma trinkets out of that ring, out of the freezing trap. Next stun by Riker could set him up a pretty good kill right here, but before that he got to live through a Fist of Furies and the barrage of damage that Clem has, and Clem's going to bail out of it for a second. Got you a couple of Vivifies. That's just how Monk play, man. The pit and run playstyle is incredible. Paladin should be illegal from Dalaran himself. I mean, have you seen that damage in just 2 globals? What other class does that? No, seriously, what other class does that? There's probably one, right? Touch of death onto Riker, gonna get hit with the leg sweep. Touch of death is still gonna take down on him. Does have a dire basilisk, but that slow bastard is way too slow. Clem, again, trying to go for a bit of a long game. He's gonna go for a Ring of Peace onto Riker, running through a Ring of Peace to catch up. Decided, you know what? Better deal with Riker than the massive beast that's approaching around the corner. Look at this guy. That's a hungry boy. Oh, Clem actually dropping super low. I didn't even realize it. Oh my god, so much damage out of Riker out of nowhere. What is that? Just a full beefed up crows or something? What was that damage? That couldn't have been pet damage, dude. That couldn't have been pet damage. That is incredible. Maybe he has like really good pet control. He doesn't use pet abilities like bite or claw or whatever it is until he needs the pets to do damage. Maybe he does that. Maybe he like waits it out. I don't even know. But Riker clapped out Clem. As Clem has been giving grief to everybody. Kachkin is last man standing on Team Red. Representing his team. That's going to be a freezing trap. He does have a reflect to deal with it. Charging to the pet. Riker is just in a world of hurt, knowing that Kachkin is just going to be able to charge off the pet and use that pet to steal health from. But the Riker is trying to put some pressure on Kachkin. He is starting to take some damage worth of health. As he's just trying to make his way over to Riker. Eventually he'll be able to do it. Stun trinkets out of it immediately without adaptation. with a knockback trap. Charges back to the pet. If he can't charge to Riker, just going to charge to the pet. And there we go. He's just going to start attacking the pet. Maybe he can get that pet close to execute range. And Riker continuing to pelt him from afar. That's going to be a reflect available for Cat in case Riker dropped down a freezing trap with a blaze storm. Again, just trying to immune himself from a freezing trap, and is going to try to stay away from Riker in case the freezing trap is going to be there. Trying to heal from the pet, even killing the pet eventually, and him without a pet is going to be huge disadvantage. Does catch a freezing trap, however. So for Riker, he actually might have a... Normally hunters have a really hard time with catching playing like this. A really hard time. Riker trying to just continue to run, just trying to continue to chase, and it's going to drop down the fat bastard, but that's going to be a reflect on the dire Basilisk, trying to keep Kachika next to the Basilisk as he's just trying to get himself out of that fear. If Riker has a stun for Kachika right now, he could actually put him down in a really bad situation. Kachika try to avoid that Basilisk as best possible. He's going to go for Enrage Regeneration right now. That's going to be a full stun. The reflect is not going to be able to catch him on big damage, and that Basilisk does get to do quite a lot of damage. Kachika still was able to get a huge heal out of Enrage Regen, and is looking to maybe hug the pillar for a bit, trying to get away from Riker. The pillars in this arena in particular, I'm not a huge fan. They're way too big in my opinion. Look at that. They're so huge. Look at that. Riker, while he's just trying to get to Kachika, it's just like super hard because it's just so much length. Oh, we're reflect onto Riker too. Kachika's... Whoa, how'd you see that? It's gonna get a stomp to Riker. Actually going for a cleave on both of them. That's why you put the pet next to Riker, killing the pet. Riker's gonna have to go for the pet. Someone has to burn that turtle shell. That's a defensive gone. And Kachika is back to business, back to beating up on the poor old fox. And as long as he can get the reflect on that next freezing trap, he's trying to reflect it, he's trying to set it up. That was a knockback trap, so Riker is going to have a freezing trap immediately. That was a blade storm. Kachika back to him, the pet leap over on top of Riker, disarm it. I don't think you throw a trap on disarm, or maybe he might have thrown a trap and he's trying to kite Kachika through it. Stun onto Cat, he's shrinking inside of it. He just hitting the pet. Is going to walk through a freezing trap, breaks out of it somehow, doesn't trinket it. Oh, he does trinket it maybe. He might have trinketed that actually. No, he must have. Because the trinket is on cooldown. It didn't see like an icon above his head with a trinket. But I might have been zoomed in a little bit. 12 minutes in, boys. 42% dampen. It's either going to be Cat or Riker, who continues to get the healing over time for his pet. That is important here. And that's going to be a freezing trap reflected. Riker is not going to be able to peel Kachika off. And it's still using Crucible of Flame offensively, trying to maintain the damage, trying to maintain the offensive pressure on Kachika. Double charge, however, for Kachika is going to maintain him healing, maintain him mobile. And Riker might just be executed here. This is how much Riker as he gets the fat bastard dire bastards rolling. That's going to be executed on Riker right here without a turtle shell. There's not a lot he can do. He had to turtle shell to get his pet up and running again. That's all you can. And ADDONS coming in as a feral doesn't even land a re-stealth onto Kachika. What are they going for? Are they trying to mess with Cat? Cat is going to go for a range regen, and ADDONS is trying to bail out of there. Kachika going to be able to charge right at him. Thorns are coming up, going to be able to get a reflect, but actually decided to get himself a charge, bloodthirst, and keep running. He doesn't want to hit into that wall at all. Thorns are up, going to be able to wait out those thorns, wall coming up for ADDONS again. Looks like they're lagging a little bit. Big lead by Cat. Actually, ADDONS re-stealth, caught a re-stealth for a second, still landing that execute in there. What was that? And remember, last man standing as an arms warrior versus a fury. I don't know how an arms warrior is going to do, but it's going to be a warrior's death regardless. Dragon for these two. Kachika get himself a small heal from Rimuru. Alrighty, boys, how does this sound? I think he's gonna go for pillars, no pillars. They're just gonna fight each other, warrior's death. Rimuru, if he has like a disarm and a full setup against Kachika, he might be able to live long enough to maybe get him low. It does have advantage of 52% dampening. But Rimuru has 0 healing. Stun to Kachika early, getting that Warbreaker up and running. Probably should have Warbreakered a little early. Going to be a disarm to Rimuru as he does get himself a self-heal and a damage Crucible onto Kachika. And he gets a big leap back for Rimuru. Fear coming out, and Kachika is going to just Blaze Storm out of that slow. Rimuru did burn Avatar, so that's his huge cooldowns there. Might have to wait for the next Warbreaker. And Kachika is going to go for a long game. Rimuru has himself second win, so that's going to be huge for the guy. First aid for Cat. Rimuru actually, if he gets those disengages, might actually be in a good spot. He's actually just going to let Kachika get a first aid in there. He's going to wait for him, be like, yo, Cat, as soon as you're ready, man, we're good. As soon as you're ready, we're good. I'm not chasing you. You're coming out when you're good. You're coming out in your room when you feel like it, okay, son? Don't do it because I want you to. Do it because you want to do it. Gonna be a double to some Kachika, trick it out of the some. Doesn't want to sit it. Gonna be feared by Rimuru. Zerka Rage for Kachika as he gets a rampage rolling. Gonna be a blaze by Rimuru. Might need to go for that eye by the sword really early on. Doesn't have a lot of health left. Needs to go for that episode. Short stun and Kachika snagging that execute and that war stomp. Not even like a full 2 seconds of a stun and he does go down. Oh my god. There was so many back and forths there, dude. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. Umbrella came in for the